Hi girls, very good morning. This is our fourth lecture of digital circuit and fundamental of microprocessor. Last lecture we have seen, in first lecture we have seen the number system, that is binary, octal, decimal and hexadecimal and conversion of vice versa. Second lecture we have seen that the data representation, that is magnitude, sign and unsigned, and the complements, ones complements and two complements. Along with that, we have seen that the arithmetic, binary arithmetics, that is addition, subtraction, multiplications and division, and the rules in the arithmetic in binary. Binary code also, BCD code, that is 8421 type, 84 minus 1 minus 2 type, access 3 gray and ASCII code. Third lecture we have seen the logical gates, that is not, and, or, NAND, NOR, XOR, XNOR, their symbolical representation, truth table and the Boolean algebras. At last we have seen that the Boolean's theorem. What are the Boolean's theorem in the Boolean algebra? And now today's lecture we are going to see that how simplify the Boolean's equation using the Boolean algebra theorem. Sum of product, SOP, and the product of sum. Will understand the concept about the sum of product and the product of sum. Now just we revise the Boolean's theorem, what we have seen into the last lecture. There are the 10 theorems. That is, first one is the T1, that is the properties 0. If anything is ORing, 0 is ORing with any variable, that is x, a is equals to 0 or a is equals to 1, your result will be a, your output will be a. Whatever the value of a, the same value will copied over here. Suppose a is equals to 0, 0 or 0, as the truth table it is 0, or 0 or 1, the it equals to 1. So the whatever the value of a, it will come over a value. Second, if 0 is ending with a, either 0 or 1, a value is 0 or 1, your result will be a 0. So this is ORing. First is ORing, second is ending. So in ending, anything is ending with 0, your result will 0. Anything is ORing with 0, your result will be that anything. Same as the properties 1, this one is the property 0, same as the property 1. Anything is ORing with 1, result will 1 only. If it is a 0 or 1, if it is a is equals to 0, 0 is ORing with 1, result is a is ORing with 0 is ORing with 1, result is 0, or 1 is ORing with 1, your result will be a 1. So this is the properties of 1. And anything is ending with 1, anything is ending with 1, your result will be a anything. That means if it is a is equals to 0, a and 1, so what way you will get 0. And suppose a is equals to 1, so 1 and with 1, your result is 1. So whatever the value of a, that will be the result of ending. So these two very important properties. Now the third properties is the commutative law. That is, A or B is equals to B or A. It is the same. What we have seen, we have done it with the truth table also. Same as A and B is equals to B and A. This is the commutative law, right? Associative law. A or B or C, it is equals to same as A or B and or C, right? A and B, complete brackets, and C, it is same as A in a bracket, B and C. Suppose we have a three variable A, B, C. So first we will add A and B, and that result we will add with C. Same result we'll get if we add B and C, and that result will add. Hello, Pranali, just mute your voice better. the same result will end with A. So the output of this A and B first, and then the result of A and B is ending with C, is same result will get B and C, and that B and C result will end with A. So these are the associative law. Distributive law, A and B or C. So A, B and A, C. This law you have to remember, you have to understand that. A plus BC, that means A or B and A or C. A and B, this is A is a common. So A and or B ending with A or C. A or A complement B means, that means it is directly complement is removed A or B. This is your distributions law. Now the identity law. A or A is equals to A, and A and A is equals to A. This is the identity law. Absorption law. A or A and B. So it is A. B is the absorption variable, right? So A or AB is equals to A. A in ending with A or B again is equals to A. It is redundance. This B will redundance. That is called the redundance law. This you have to keep. And this we have to implement that while solving the equations by using the Boolean's theorem. Now the T4 complementary law. Suppose this is here we have used the x variable. We can say that x or x complement. Suppose x is equals to 0, right? So x complement is equals to 1. So 0 oring 1, the answer will be a 1, right? 0 oring 1, the answer will be a 1. And x ending x complement is equals to 0. Suppose x is equals to 0 and x complement is 1. So 0 ending with 1, the result is 0. So this is the complementary law. Invention law. X double complements, right? X with single complement, suppose x is equals to 0, so x single complement is 1. Again that complement means x is equals to 0, so it comes the original value of the x if it is a double complement. So this is very important here. If it is a double complements over there, so then it comes the original value, right? And De Morgan's theorem, what we have seen, x oring with complement is equals to x complement and y complement, right? This De Morgan's theorem we have proved in lecture number 3. And x ending with y whole complements is equals to x complement or y complement. This plus sign is a or, dot sign is a and. We have to make the practice that x ending y with whole complement. We have proved this into the lecture number 3 is equals to x complement or in y complement is the individual, right? Just we have gone through the all theorem of Boolean's algebra. Now this theorem we have to apply. How we are going to apply to simplify the equation? Suppose you will get this kind of equation. You have to prove these equations. It is simplified the Boolean. A or A complement and B is equals to A plus B, whether it is proof or not, right? By using a Boolean algebra, by using a truth table also, that is different. How we will draw this A? A is simple, right? Then what is this? A complement. So A is with NAND gate, it is a complement here, and B is ANDing, right? So at this point, what we will get? A complement B. At this point is A, and we are using here the OR gate. So what is our output is A or A complement and B, right? Now the same is A or B. These things is equals to these things, whether it is yes or no, that we are going to see. So how we will draw? This is A, this is B, or in A or B. Now we'll see how we will solve. A or A complement B, right? A or A complement B by applying the previous rule to expand the A term, right? So A equals to this, A equals to A plus AB is equals to A, as we have seen into this theorem. As we have seen into this theorem, A is equals to A plus AB. So we are applying this here. A is equals to A plus AB. Now we'll put, instead of this A, we'll put A plus and A or B. Clear this? Now we will take the common, we'll see this only. AB plus A complement B. We'll take the common AB, then what is into the bracket? A plus A complement B. Now what is this? By applying identity theorem, A plus A complement is equals to 1, right? So A will come as it is, B will come as it is, A plus A complement is equals to 1, right? So B is ending with 1. Again the same rule. 1, this is 1 is ending with A, your result is A. So B is ending with 1, so the result will be, so A will come as it is. And this is what we can say, that A plus A or A complement and B is equals to A or B. It is proof by using this theorem, right? Now we'll see the next one. So we should know that what is the law is there. So you have to do first that 10 theorems. You should know that where we are going to the, you apply for that that laws there. Now the second example is, we can see that simplify the booleans expressions, right? A or B, A or B ending with A or C is equals to A or B and C, right? So drawing with this circuit is very easy. A, B, C. How many inputs are there? A, B, C. So A, B, C. A or B. So here it comes the A or B. A or C, it comes the A or C, and that ending A or B ending with A or C, right? Now this is the A and B C. A will come, so this things is A plus A or B and C. Now we'll see in the theorem, right? This is our equations. It is given equation A or B ending with A or C, right? We use here the distributions law, that is A and A and C, A and B, AB or BA, and B and C. So this is the distribution law. Again we have a identity law, A and A is equals to A. So this is A plus and AC or A and B and BC. Now here we can see that A or AC, these things, right, is same as A. We can say that identity law, A or A and B is equals to A. So this term we will apply identity law, that is A. Now here A, B or B, C. So now this is what, again A or A and B means, again this is identity law. So we can apply here A, and what is this? BC, right? This AA is common, so we'll apply here the BC. So now we can say that A or B ending with A or C is equals to A or B and C. Hence it is proof, because we have applied this theorem with these equations. Clear? So this you have to do it again and again, so your theorems will be clear and you will come to know which theorem where for what purpose we have to use. Now, using the Boolean's rule for the simplification, we have used A or A and B is A. We have used this. A or A complement B. So here only A, so A is here. Here is complement. So what is the your output is, your result is A or B. If just complement changes, so A or B, how you are going to remember this theorem? That's why I'm explaining you. A or B ending A or C. This A is a common. A is a common. So only A or BC, this BC. So this you will have to remember. This is simplification of Boolean's rule. Now we'll see one more example. F of x is A, B, C. It can be given in this way. F of x, A, B, C. It can be given in this way. So you will come to know there are the three inputs A, B, C. A, B, ending with A or C. This we have already used in a different way. It is distributed law, same as use A and A, A and C, B and A, and B and C. A and A is A. Again A is common, so 1 plus C, 1 plus 1 or C is equals to 1. So 1, it is a different way of method. So again A is common, A is common, so it comes the B plus here the B plus 1 is 1, so 1 BC, so A plus A or B and C. That's proof there, right? So this is the I'll give some Booleans expression to simplify the things in our assessment, and you have to apply all the law in that Boolean expression and find out the outputs. This is our, and the next process is that there is a sum of product we are going to see today. The sum of product, sum of product, SOP, and the product of sum, POS. Their standard forms, sum of product and product of sum form. Converts the sum of product to the standard sum of product. Convert the product of sum to the standard product of sum, and their min terms and max term we are going to see today, right? Sum of product, right? As we have seen the Boolean expressions till now, so we are familiar with the Boolean's expression. The sum of product forms is the method or the form of simplifying the Boolean's expressions of logic gate, right? So it is a simplifying the Boolean expression of logic gate. Sum of sum and product derived from the symbolic representations of and an or function. It is just, it has only the and or functions, right? Additions, or function means plus sign and function means dot sign. That is, plus sign means add and dot sign means it is a multiplication. Add means is sum and multiplication means product. So we can see that first we'll take this sum of product. This is ABC is a product. ABC is a product, and this ABC is summing with A complement B C complement. So first what we have to see that sum, this is a sum of product of this A B C. It is summing with product of A B C and A complement B A C complement, right? Product of A complement B complement. So this term is what? Sum of product, right? Now the product of sum. What is this product of sum? When two or more sum terms are multiplied by booleans or operation, and some terms are identified by using a or operation, and the product term is defined by using a NAND operation. Now here the first, it is a product of sum. These are the term are summing. A complement plus B means this is summing term. B plus C complement, it is a summing term, but these two summing terms are multiplied. So this is what product of sum, right? This is a product of sum. So this term is product of sum, and this term is sum of product, right? So we'll see later on how we are going to use this SOP and POC and their min and max term. First you need to understand if this equation in this way, so you can identify this is a sum of product and this is a product of sum. You should identify that. If first ORing is used and that ORing here ending is used, means ORing term are ending, that is the product of sum, and ending terms are ORing, that is a sum of product. Clear? Now, the standard sum of product and product of sum form. The conical forms are special case of the sum of product and product of sum. There are also known as the standard SOP, that is sum of product, and POS, that is the product of sums form. What is a conical or standard form that we are going to see? In SOP or POS form, all individual terms do not involve all literals, right? In SOP and POC form, uh, this is your Boolean's expression, right? This has three variable A, B, C. But for first product, it is only two variable. There is no third variable. So now, so this first product term do not contain the C here. So if each term of SOP or POC contain all terms, then expression is known as standard or conical form. Each and every terms are containing all the variables, whether it is three variable or two variable. Now this is the three variable functions, but it has only first term has two. This is not the standard POC or SOP conical form. Is standard SOP or POC conical form has all the variable which are present over there. Now how we can convert this into the standard phonical form? So first we will take that the product of sum, right? Each individual term in a product of sum is called as the max term, right? Product of sum means first it is ORing and then ending that term, that is a max term. And each individual term of sum of product, it is called as the min term. This you need to memorize that. Min term means it is a 1, means sum of product 1 and min term and 1, right? And max term is 0. This you have to remember. While in a max term we look for the function where the output result is 0. Some product of sum is max and it is a term is 0. This you have to remember first, because this we are going to use later on in a KMF. So P means we can understand PB Polytechnic is first. So POS, it is a max term and it is related to the 0. So then the reverse form is SOP min term, it is related to 1. This way you can remember over there, right? We perform the sum of min term. Also it is called as, instead of product, here we can new terminology that is there, the min term. Also it is called as the sum of product or product of max term, or also it is called as the sum of product of sum, right? These are the things. Now how we will do the standard form of this? Find the missing variable literals in each product term in any, right? And each product terms having a missing literal with the term form of ORing the literals and its complement, right? Would those are the missing variable, so we'll have to add that variable with that complement and expand the term by using the distributive law and reorder the literal. Reduce the repeated product term because a plus a is equals to a. This is also one of the theorem. Distributed also theorem, distributed means we are going to use all the Boolean's theorem in this also in the product of sum and sum of product. Now we'll see the example. Suppose this is your example. Function ABC. ABC means we can understand there is a three terms, right? Literals. Now it is given the exam equations as AB or BC or AC, right? Now we have to see first that AB there is no C, BC there is no A in this term, AC there is no B term. So first we'll have to add the literal terms. If it is a C here, it is C is missing in this term, A is missing in this term B is missing. And what we will do, the product of C or C complements is equals to 1, right? So the missing complement literals we have to add here, right? A and B and C or C complement plus BC, it is will A plus A or A complement. This A is term is missing. So same as A or A complement is equals to 1. So we are adding anyway 1 over there. So AC dot B or B complement. It is a B missing, right? Then we can use here the distributive law. A B C, A B C complement, BCA, BCA complement, AB, ACB, and ACB complement. So we can reduce that, and then repetitive term will remain. So what we will do, the mean term. So the mean terms are ANDed terms and the variable as we have seen for the three, if it is a two variables, X and Y. So how many terms are there? The four terms. That is X, Y both are normal. X is normal, Y is complemented. X is complemented, Y is complemented, and both are the normal. We'll see afterwards this mean term. Now expand the terms of the product form. So this is comes, this we have seen, omit the repetitive parts, right? So A, B, C first, A, B, C complement, A, B, C, A complement BC, ABC plus A complement BC. So these are the repetitive terms, right? So these repetitive terms are removed as we have seen. A or A is equals to A. So ABC or ABC or ABC is equals to only ABC. So final standard form of product, a sum of product is ABC or ABC complement or A complement BC or A B complement C. Now what is the mean term of this, right? ABC means all 1 1 1. See this function of A complement B complement C complement. That means M0, 0 terms state. A complement means 0 1 0. That means 2, M2. 0 1 1 means 3, M3. And ABC means 1 1 1 means it is a 7, right? This binary number you should by heart that how it comes all 3 1 1 1. So you should know that it is a 7. Suppose it is a 6, then you should come to know 1 1 0. 1 1 0 complements we will represent 0. A complements means this term is 0, B is no, not complement, so this is 1 1. So what it will stand for? 0 1 1. So 0 1 1 means it is a 3. So this is M3 term. So this is what? Mean term. This is defined as a mean term. M into bracket. What are the functions are there? 0 2 3 7. If this is given, so you need to form this equation, right? If this equation is given, so you need to form this. So this is what? Sum of product. So this is a sum of product, SOP. Suppose this is given that A complement B complement C. So A complement means 0 0 1. So 0 0 1 means 1, M1 term. So 0 1 1 means again 3, 101. 101 means 5 and 1 1. So this is defined as sum of min term. Sum of product is 1 3 5 7. It is defined as, if it is a 3 variable, so the variable is start from M0 to M7, means 0 to 7. Because how it is 3 variable, 2 to the power 3, that is only the 8 possible combination. So 8 possible combinations means 0 to. If it is a 4 variable, f of a b c d, then how many combinations are there? 2 to the power 4 means it is a 16 combination, that is 0 to 15. So M0 to M15 it will represent, that we'll see in the next lecture. So the f of AB, one more example, f of A, B, C. So A complement, B complement, C complement. So all are 0, 0, 0. So what is M0? So now A complement 1, 0. So 0, 1, 0, that is 2. 0 1 1, that is 3. And 1 1 0, that is 6. So sum of product is M 0 2 3 6. If this is given to you, you should understand that this sign will represent sum of product, and this is represent, this term is act as a 1, that is the mean term. So that is a combination. Sum of product, mean term is 1, this term is 1, right? Now the max term. Max term is what? The max term are or term with every variable in a truth table or complements form, right? Both are normal, ending. Max term में ending, min term में it is oring, right? That's a difference. X is normal, Y is complement. X is complement, Y is normal. And both are the complement. We'll see the example. Expand the terms and order into the literals. F of x. It is given the equation that A or B, B or C, and C or A. So now again we'll have to find out which literals are missing over here. In this C is missing, in this A is missing, in this B is missing. So here we'll have to add C dot C complements is equals to 1, right? C dot C complements is equals to 0. We are adding 0 here. C dot C complement. As we have seen into the theorem, A dot A complement is equals to 0. Suppose A is equals to 0, so 0 is ending with 1, the answer is 0. Or it's 0, if A is equals to 1, so the 1 is ending with 0, so answer is 0. So we'll have to add here the 0. There we'll have to add the 1, that is C plus C complement, that is 1. So in product of sum we are adding 0, and 0 is what? C and C complement. So now what is the distributions law over here? A, this is adding missing term we are adding. If you are expanding, so A or B or C, product A or B or C complement. Product A B C, A B C, again A complement B C, Again A, B, C, A or B or C product A, B complement C. Now again omit the repetitive term A or B or C, A or B or C, A or B or C. So remove the repetitive term. So what we will get? A or B or C this term. A or B or C complement. A complement B or C, or A B complement C. This is repetitive term is removed. We'll got the four terms, that is ABC. ABC means all 0, 0, 0. This is the first term. M. Here it is denoted capital M. In max term, it is a capital M. In min term, it is a small m. Right? If there is a complement, A complement, B complement, C complement, then it is a 0. Here just reverse that. A or B or C, no complement. That is 1, 1, 1, means here it is denoted by 0. Now 0, 0, 1, 0. This is M2 term, right? Here 0, 1, 1. This is M3 term. And this is 1, 1, 1. Complement, it is a 1 over here. So this is M7. How it is denoted? This pi is denoted. This pi means what? It is a product of sum that you have to identify. Product of sum. It is just a reverse of sum of product. It is a product of sum capital M. It is denote the terms is 0, 2, 3 and 7. Right? Now here the we'll take the second example. F of A, B, C. This is three variables are there. A or B or C complement. C complement means it is a 1. So 0, 0, 1 means 1. A or B complement or C complement. So this is 0, 1, 1 means this is a third term. Right? 0, 1, 1. This is also the third term. So 1, 1, 1. It is 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. Third terms, right? Sorry. These are the same, these two. A complement, B complement and C 1, 1. So what will be the, this is the same term, this is a repetitive term. So what is this function? 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 7. Right? In one example, A complement B complement C, A B C. So this is 0. A complement A, B complement C. This is the M2 term. This is M3 term, and this is M6 term. So sum of product capital M, it is 0, 2, 3, 6. So this is the way of it. Now how can see that? It is just the comparison of min terms and max term. There are three examples: A, B, C. Right? So 0, 0, 0. In min term, what it is? A complement, B complement, C complement, and small m0. Right? Min term. So this is what? Sum of product term. In a product of sum, there is even this is A is 0, but there is no complement. It is A or B or C. Right? Here A, A complement and B complement and C complement. Capital M0, it is denoted by pi, and this is a product of sum. Right? Next, 0, 0, 1. So what is in the min term? A complement, B complement, C, small m. Now here, A, B or B or C complement. Those are the one, that is C complement. Right? Min term, it is a 1, and max term, it is a 0. Right? That you have to understand. A 0, 1, 0, that is A complement B C complement, that is M2. So A B complement C just see the reverse things here. Is here A is complemented, here is A is not complemented. Here B is not complemented, here B is complemented. Here C is complemented, here C is not complemented. And instead of ending, here is OR. Just the reverse things of main and max term. Now, next lecture we are going how we will reduce. This is the first steps of sum and product of sum. We can reduce this term, we can minimize this equation if we are using sum of product and product of sum terms. So our equations or and gate nan gate in the expressions are very big. So this is used for the small expression, but we have to use the big expression, so we can minimize the terms. This is only for the three variable. We have to use four variable, five variable, six variable. So the terms are bigger and bigger, and as the terms are bigger and bigger, we need to use the more logic gates and all. So we will minimize all these terms. There is the k map. So in the next lecture, how we will reduce the expression by using a k map with the easiest solutions in the sum of product and product of sum, we are going to see in the next lecture. I will submit the assignment on this. Girls, you need to solve the assignment. You need to solve the Boolean's expression by using Boolean's theorem. So you have to understand, memorize the Boolean's theorem first, and where what theorem is applying, that you need to do the practice. We refer these books, APJ Godse and Dr. D.A. Godse. If you get, you can bring it there. And thank you. If any queries yours, so please let me know. We will solve the queries. And girls, you have to see the all lecture series repetitively. It is into the drive. You can watch the lecture.
Yes, miss.